Mr. This was going to be a fiasco tonight. He's taken her all the way out to New Jersey at 2 o'clock in the morning. That's what I call the complete joke. He hasn't even given a thought about how he's going to get home. Maybe he'll sleep over. Hey, Paul, do you think? Nah, not my mother. But then again, anything can happen with the Sheik of Budapest. Boy, what a night. Hey, I have a plan. Let's take the bottle of scotch downstairs, ring all the bells, and yell, police, just to see who comes out of whose apartment. Paul, what's the matter, Doug? Don't you feel well?
What a rotten thing to do. To your own mother.
What?
Do you have any idea how she felt just now? Do you know what kind of night this was for her?
Well, it's not over yet.
You didn't see her sitting here 2 minutes ago. You were upstairs with that Hungarian ducking Heinz. Well, she was miserable. Her face was longer than that trip we took tonight.
She never said a thing to me.
She's too good a sport. She went the whole cockeyed way. I mean, boy oh boy, dragging a woman like that out to the middle of the harbor for a bowl of sheep dip.
It was Greek bean soup. And at least she tasted it. She didn't sit there jabbing at it with her knife, throwing cute little epigrams like, ho, 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 I think there's someone in there.
That's right. That's right. At least I was honest about it. You ate 2 bowls because you were showing off for Al Capone at the next table.
What are you so angry about, Paul?
I just told you, I felt terrible for your mother.
Why? Where is she this very minute? Alone with probably the most attractive man she's ever met. Don't tell me that doesn't beat the hell out of hair curlers in the Late Late Show.
Oh, I can just hear it now. What a sparkling conversation. He's probably telling her about some chicken cacciatore he once cooked for the High Lama of Tibet, while she's sitting there shoving pink pills in her mouth.
You never can tell what people talk about when they're alone.
I don't understand why you weren't so unconcerned about this.
Unconcerned? I'm plenty concerned. Do you think that I'm going to get 1 wink of sleep until that phone rings in the morning? I'm scared to death for my mother, but I'm grateful that there's finally the opportunity for something to be scared about. What I'm really concerned about is you.
Me? Me?
I'm beginning to wonder if you're even capable of having a good time.
Why, because I like to wear my gloves in winter?
No, because there's not the least bit of adventure in you. You know what you are? You're a watcher. There are watchers in this world, and there are doers. And the watchers sit around watching the doers do. Well, tonight you watched, and I did.
Yeah? Well, it's harder to watch what you did than it was for you to do what I was watching.
You didn't let your hair down for a minute. You could not even relax for 1 night. Boy, Paul, sometimes you act like a...
What? A stuffed shirt?
I didn't say that.
That's what you were implying.
That's what you're anticipating. I didn't say you were a stuffed shirt, but you are extremely proper and dignified.
Oh, I'm proper and dignified. When? When was I proper and dignified?
The other night at Delfino's. You were drunk, right?
Right, I was stoned.
Well, there you are. I didn't know until you told me in the morning. You're a funny kind of drunk, Paul. You just sat there looking unhappy watching your coat.
I was watching my coat because I saw someone else watching my coat. Look, if you want, I'll get drunk for you sometime. I'll show you a slob. Make your hair stand on end.
It isn't necessary.
Do you know, in PJ Clark's last New Year's Eve, I punched an old woman? Don't tell me about drunks.
All right, Paul.
When else was I proper and dignified?
Always. You're always dressed right. You always act right. You always say the right things. You're very close to being perfect.
That's a rotten thing to say.
I've never seen you without a jacket. I always feel like such a slob compared to you. You know, before we were married, I was sure you slept with a tie.
It's ridiculous.
And you're not. That's just the trouble. Like the other night, you would walk barefoot with me in Washington Square Park. Why not?
Very simple answer. It was 17 degrees.
Right. That's very sensible and logical, except it isn't any fun.
You know, maybe I am too proper and dignified for you. Maybe you would have been happier with someone a little more colorful and flamboyant, like the geek.
It would be a lot more lash than a stuffed shirt.
Oh, I thought you said I wasn't.
Well, you are now.
I'm not going to listen to this. I'm not going to listen. I've got a case in court in the morning.
Where are you going?
To sleep.
Now? How can you sleep now?
I'm going to close my eyes and count knishes. Good night.
You can't go to bed now. We're having a fight.
You have the fight. When you're through, turn off the lights.
Oh, that gets me insane. You can't even control your own emotions.
Look, I'm just as upset as you are, but when I get hungry, I eat. And when I get tired, I sleep. You didn't sleep too. Don't deny it. I've seen you.
Not in the middle of a crisis.
What crisis? We're just yelling a little.
You don't consider this a crisis. Our entire marriage hangs in the balance.
It does. When did that happen?
Just now. It's suddenly become very clear to me that you and I have absolutely nothing in common.
Why? Because I won't walk barefoot in the park with you in winter? You haven't got a case, Corie. Adultery? Yes. Cold feet? No.
I'm angry, Paul. Don't oversimplify this. Can't you see that?
Corie, it's 2:15. If I fall asleep in about half an hour, I can get about 5 hours sleep. I'll call you from court tomorrow. We can have a fight over the phone.
You will not go to sleep. You will stay here and fight to save our marriage.
If our marriage hinges on breathing poof balls and poofula poof pie, it's not worth saving. I'm now going to crawl into our tiny little single bed. If you care to join me, we'll be sleeping from left to right tonight.
You won't discuss it. You're afraid to discuss it. I married a coward!
Corie, would you bring in a pail? The closet's dripping.
Oh, I hate you! I hate you. I really, really hate you.
Corie, there's one thing I learned in court. Be careful when you're tired and angry. You might say something you will soon regret. I am now tired and angry.
And a coward.
And I will now say something I will soon regret. Okay, Corie, maybe you're right. Maybe we have nothing in common. Maybe we rushed into this marriage a little too fast. Maybe love isn't enough. Maybe two people should have to take more than a blood test. Maybe they should be checked for common sense, understanding, and emotional maturity.
All right. Why don't you get passed in the Supreme Court? Only couples bearing a letter from their psychiatrist proving that they're well-adjusted will be permitted to be married.
You're impossible.
You're unbearable.
You belong in a nursery school.
Well, it's a lot more fun than the home for the fuddy-duddies.
All right, Corie, let's
Don't
not
you
get...
touch me! Don't you touch me! I don't want you near me ever again!
Now, wait a minute, Corie.
No! I don't even want to look at you. I can't be in the same room with you now.
Why?
I just can't, that's all. Not when you feel this way.
When I feel what way?
The way that you feel about me.
Corie, you're hysterical.
I'm not hysterical. I know exactly what I'm talking about. It is no good between us, Paul, and it never will be again.
Holy cow.
Sorry, I don't want to cry.
Oh, for Pete's sake, cry. Go ahead and cry.
Don't you tell me when to cry. I'll cry when I want to cry, and I'm not going to have my cry until you're out of this apartment.
What do you mean, out of this apartment?
Well, you certainly don't think we're going to live here together, do you? After tonight?
Are you serious?
Of course I'm serious. I want a divorce.
A divorce? What?
I'm sorry, I can't discuss it anymore. Good night.
Where are you going?
To bed.
You can't, not now.
You did before.
That was in the middle of a fight. This is in the middle of a divorce.
I can't talk to you when you're hysterical. Good night.
Will you come here? I want to know why you want a divorce.
I already told you. You and I have absolutely nothing in common.
What about those 6 days at the plaza?
6 days is not a week made.
What does that mean?
I don't know what it means. I just want a divorce.
You know, I think you really mean it.
I do.
So you mean every time we have a little fight like this, you're going to want a divorce?
There aren't going to be any more little fights, Paul. This is it. This is the end. Good night.